I am low tech, bro. I gotta learn how to figure this stuff out,
Dude,
man.
my
Bro,
my wife handle everything.
really?
Yes.
See, Chevy, you're what we call low tech, high check. You ever heard of that? Low tech, high check. So I don't know. Okay, so go live. Now go to my Facebook and let me know if you. Hey, anybody in the comments, let me know if you hear an echo.
She said it's like a delay on. She said it's like a delay, but it's fine.
It's like a delay?
Yeah, but it's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna start a live video.
Yeah.
All right, so
You live on IG. We're live on Facebook, YouTube. We about to get it going.
Can you see me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear though?
Yeah, you good.
Anybody in the comments, let me know if you hear an echo. What's up, Javon? I see Javon in the building. What's up, bro? What's up, Tommy? What's up, Nelly? We got Mr. Nesmith Fields. What's going on? Quint. Oh my God, Quint. Boy, I got stories with that guy. What's up, bro?
And Anthony Hall said, what's up?
Smart circle in the house.
Smart circle.
Smart. Guys, we're about to have keys to success. Smart circle keys to success right now, okay? Everybody grab your notebooks. Shout out to Mike T. the Great.
You're silly, bro. You're silly.
So it's no echo, Tammy?
You're silly, bro.
So it's no echo?
Let's go. Let's jump it off. Let me do my intro for the YouTube.
All right, so we started?
Yeah, we started. Let me do my intro, man.
Damn, it is 12 o'clock. It is 1 o'clock Eastern. Man, let's rock and roll, bro.
Okay, let's rock and roll.
I got my little whiteboard here where I plan my stuff out. So man, let's do this, bro.
All right, let me do the intro and then we go get it jumping. All right. All right, hold on. All right, let's go. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the real Chevy, once again back at you with another blog. Get real estate as a lifestyle. What that means is that this covers all parts when it comes to entrepreneur, when it comes to real estate investing. And I'm so excited. So excited. I talked to my guy back in October when he did his first deal. Fast forward 6 months down the road, 6-figure in 6 months, 300,000+, none of his own money, no real estate license, no realtor school, no credit, like crushing it right now. My guy is out in Nashville, Tennessee, Alex Inman. Welcome to the channel, my brother.
Chevy, bro, what's up?
What's up? What's going on, man? Dude, you know the crazy thing is I'm always so excited to talk to you, bro. Because our energy just vibes so crazy together.
It's a crazy vibe because for one, we're both always smiling. So we're always showing teeth, right? I'm glad I'm not I don't got dentures because they will fall out. They will fall out because I'm always smiling. I'm always smiling, bro. Yeah, so
let's jump into it, man. You know, last time that we talked, all the feedback that I would get from people, man, is that guy's so passionate. Like, he took me to church, he spoke to my soul, to my heart. And the crazy thing, man, is that you've only been doing this for a short period of time, and you have so much success. Not only success, but you have that consistency. Once you actually done one deal, you've now been able to scale your business to a 5-figure business every single month, man. So what exactly it is that you feel have been the biggest part of your success?
Man, that's a great question. I mean, to be honest, it's just persistence. To be honest with you, I mean, if you just kind of take a look at just our background and the battle scars that we got in the business that we were in, and it's almost like going to the Marines, man.
Right.
And you come out a totally different person because you just have different perspectives. So it's just, for me, it's just the repetition of trying again and trying again and trying again and trying again, in hopes of achieving something that I see other people have.
Right.
So that's kind of what's kept me on the journey of just fighting and really, man, just getting out of poverty, to be honest with you, bro. Right. I just don't want to be broke.
Hey,
I don't know who can relate, but I just never wanted to be broke. I don't want to associate with anything with that. I just always wanted to flourish. And so my hunger just kept me going to keep going and keep going, because I already know what it's like to be broke. I know what that's like.
Right.
Most people know what that's like.
Almost everybody.
Yeah. So I want to know what it's like to be rich. Now, if I don't like it, I can always go back to broke. I can always go back. It's easy to be broke, bro.
Very easy.
So that's what kept me going for all these years, bro. That's what kept me going.
I love it, man. So for people that didn't see the first interview that we did, right? Let's kind of recap how you got started in the business, recap how you did your first deal, and then let's kind of dive in and then go from there.
Okay, so how I got started in the business. Now we're talking about wholesaling real estate, right?
Yeah, wholesaling.
Okay, so I'll just, before I go into that, I'll go back to when I first kind of got into the real estate thing. Okay, right. So I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, around March or April of 2018. Okay, and I moved here to start a business. I started a brand new business, and as I was running that business, as I was, getting that business up and running, I felt that at that point in time that I wasn't necessarily on the path that I want to be on in that business. And I tell people all the time, don't marry businesses, marry your dreams. Mm-hmm. Because the business that you may be in right now may not take you to where you want to go. Mm. That's a powerful. I was sold out on the business that I was doing. I thought, this is it. This is what I'm doing forever. I'm not doing anything else. This is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. This is it.
Dude, the concept, everything is good. So you already know. We was like, hey, this is what we're doing forever.
Forever.
I would see you in Dallas, like, oh, Alex is here. All right, what's up?
Forever. This is what I was doing forever. Okay.
Man.
So at that time, man, I'm going through this dark time.
Yep.
Trying to figure out my path, like what's my next step? Because for me, all I have is my goals and dreams. Like, that's it. Most people will be like, well, you got your family, you got your friends. Well, at the end of the day, you came into this world by yourself and you're going to leave by yourself. So I have no wife, no kids. All I have is my goals. Like, that's it. That's all I got. So when that path wasn't going the way that I thought. Now I have to figure out a different path to get to the goal. And it's crazy. I never forget. I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, right? I moved from a little city called Macon, Georgia. Little city in middle Georgia called Macon, Georgia. I was living in Macon, Georgia, and then I moved to Nashville, Tennessee to start this business. And I never forgot when I moved to Nashville, I moved a group of people with me. Okay? I moved a group of people with me. Now, me being the responsible one, I have to make sure that I take care of these people that I've uprooted from little old Macon to this big city, Nashville, Tennessee. So here I am, I'm spending all this money for hotels every night, and I'm seeing my bank account deplete. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna run out of money before we even get started. And I never forget, this friend that I knew back in Macon, she said, why you spending all those money on hotels? Why don't you just get an Airbnb? And I said, what's Airbnb? And she was like, you don't know what Airbnb is? I'm like, no. This is 2018.
2018. Yep.
And this is why I tell people, get out of small cities, because there's a lot of small dreams there. Here it is. I didn't even know this thing existed because I'm off in this small city. So I'll download this app called Airbnb, and I get on there and I download it and I get a room. So now I'm able to move 8 guys over to this Airbnb, so I'm able to save more money. So I'm like, thank God, I'm saving money now. But see, I'm a very curious person. So I remember us staying in the Airbnb for those couple of days, and I never forget, Chevy, getting my bill. I got my bill. You know, when you book an Airbnb and you have the you said what? Yeah, and it breaks down everything. And I remember looking, because here's the Airbnb that I got, it was a 1-bedroom, it was a 1-bedroom apartment. And yep. Technical difficulties. You gotta build it while you fly it, brother. Oh, whose internet? Oh, it's your internet? Oh, okay. Are you still using Cricket internet? Is it Cricket? Is it Cricket or Grasshopper? Which insect are you using for internet? You on?
Yeah.
That is you, buddy.
Oh, that's me?
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, so I got Cricket.
You gotta check your internet connection.
Oh, let's check the internet. Okay, so I'm good here. I'm good here. Am I good? Are we good on Instagram? Are we good on Facebook? Okay, so are we good on Facebook? Let me know if we're good on Facebook. Jeff, what's up, bro? Zach, what's up, brother? Brandon. Bro, we got to get back in the gym, bro. I'm trying to get back cut, man. What's up? We good on Instagram? Okay, so can you see me? So am I back? Yeah, my internet's good, bro. Okay.
We're back.
Cool. Hey, are we good on Facebook? Are we good on Facebook?
We good on all platforms. You good, bro?
We good? Okay. All right, great. I'm gonna go back to full screen.
So we was talking about your bill. that you got from Airbnb.
So I'm in this Airbnb, right? And I'm looking at the bill, and okay, they say I'm good. They say I'm good. Okay, great. And I'm looking at the bill, and I'm paying almost $300 a night for a 1-bedroom apartment that can hold 8 people.
Yeah.
8 people.
8 people.
I'm like, the lady, she had the 1-bedroom apartment designed and set up to where she had a sleeper sofa in the living room, another sleeper sofa in the living room, a queen bed in the bedroom, a futon, and here I am paying $300 a night. And I'm like, and I'm looking at the apartment, and I'm thinking, I'm doing some math in my head here. Now I'm getting curious because this lady literally made $1,000 off me in 3 days.
Yes, sir.
And in this apartment, I'm looking around and I'm saying, man, this apartment can't be no more than $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. And I come to find out that apartment that I was in was only $1,500 a month.
Yep.
So a light bulb went off. I said, this lady just made the rent off of me in 3 days.
In 3 days.
Imagine what she's making for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
This is what I did, okay? I called the lady. I called, like most people use Airbnb, right? I called my Airbnb host. I called him. I said, hey, you know, I'm not trying to get in your business or anything, but how does this Airbnb thing work? And I do this as I call the person. So we're talking, and I don't want to be rude or anything with the lady, but I say, you know, how much are you making? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to get in your business, but how much are you making a year? And she says, well, I got about, 30 listings, and I'm making about $300,000 a year from my computer.
From her computer.
And I was like, $300,000 a year. I was like, man, that's more money than anybody I ever knew has made, more money than I've ever made. So I asked the lady, I said, do you mind mentoring me on how to do that? And she couldn't do it because she was so busy doing what she was doing.
Right.
But now, Chevy, I got in my mind this idea about this thing called Airbnb. So now I'm working my business that I'm working. I'm focused on that business. I'm working that business. And I get to a point to where I got to make a move. Okay. I got to make a move. And I have to figure out, am I going to stay with something that I've been doing for so long that I'm used to? This is most people. The reason why most people are afraid to leave something, whether it be your job, whether it be a spouse, whether it be anything you're familiar with, is because you're so used to the routine and the habits that you have with that person, with that job, with that opportunity. You're so used, and the habits are ingrained in you that you don't know what it feels like to do anything else. So I've been doing the same thing for 7 years straight.
Hey, Alex, what year did you came into that business?
I came into that business, man, in May of 2012.
Okay. I came in 2000. Oh no, August of 2011.
August 2011.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So right there.
So, guys, I was in that business for so long, and I'm not going to go into the whole history about that, but I get to the point where I said, okay, I got to make a move. I got to figure out what's going to be the next step for me, my dreams, my goals, and where I want to go. Okay. So what I started doing is I remember, I never forget. I started saving my money. I went back to that same apartment building and I rented out. I went in, I filled out an application, I rented an apartment in that same building, set up furniture. I had one of my good friends, Jessica. We set up the furniture and everything in the whole place. And I went and turned that into an Airbnb. The same building that the lady rented the Airbnb to me, I went and started one in the same building. In the same building. Okay. So I went, started an Airbnb in that building. So I don't know what I'm doing. We listed, we get it up and going. Money starts coming in. I said, okay, this is good. Money starts coming in. I make a decision. Now I'm at a crossroad. I said, okay, am I going to keep doing what I'm doing, or am I going to jump into something and give it all I got full time? So I jumped January 1st, 2018. I jumped into Airbnb full time. Hit the ground running. I'll never forget, January 1st was New Year's Day. Most stuff was shut down. January 2nd, I got up that morning and I went full speed. Picking up properties, going search for properties, going to pick up more properties. So I'm building the business. And I run into an old friend that you may know, a good friend of mine named David Adlam.
Oh, David. I just talked to David last month. I just texted him out of nowhere.
Absolutely. So I run into a good friend named David Adlam. Okay. And David, I forgot what we talked about, but we got on the phone, right? We're talking, and I'm assuming he knew I was doing the Airbnb thing, and he wanted to know more about it. So the respect that I had for David, what I did was I said, you know what, man? I'm going to drive to Savannah to sit down with you and your friend and talk about this Airbnb thing. So I drove, I think it was 6, 7, 8 hours. I forgot how long it was. I drove all the way down to Savannah, Georgia for a 1-hour meeting at Starbucks. Why? Was because of the respect that I had for him and the things that we did in business. So I drove down there, I met with him, and he brings his friend along with him. Friend, his name is Lenoris. It's crazy. Lenoris called me 2 days ago. And I thanked him. So Lenoris, he's coming along. So I started talking to these guys about Airbnb. At that time, I think I got it up to about $16,000 a month. About $16,000 a month. So $16,000 a month. So now, and that wasn't all profit.
Right.
But I think maybe out of that was about $3,000-$4,000 profit. So I mean, it was exciting because it was something new. So I'm talking to David, I'm talking to his friend, and his friend says, so I asked his friend, I said, so what do you do, man? He says, well, I do this thing called wholesaling. And I said, what's wholesaling?
This is what, 2018?
This is 2019.
Oh, 2019 now? Okay.
This is 2019. Yeah, this is 2019. So he tells me what it is. He's talking about it. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. But it wasn't registering with me because, God, I was focused on what I was doing.
Yes,
I was focused on Airbnb. That's all I was doing. That's all I was focused on. That's what I was doing. Okay. So, but he puts the idea in my mind about wholesaling. So this is the first time I heard about it. Okay. So I leave Savannah. I go back to Nashville. I'm just building the business. I'm building the business. I'm picking up more properties. I'm building it. And Lenoris comes around again at the end of the year around December. Okay. And he calls me because he's now setting up his Airbnb. He's setting up his property. And I told him anytime he needed help with anything to give me a call. Okay. So we're talking. I'm telling them, how to set this up, how to do this, how to do that. And I asked him again. So I said, so tell me about that thing you was doing again. that thing, that real estate thing, that wholesaling thing. And he says, yeah, let me break it down. So he starts talking about it. And I'm listening to him talk, Shevy. I'm like, it can't be that simple.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that you find a property, a distressed property, and you get it under contract, and you sell the contract, and you make 5, 10, maybe more thousand.
I mean, in your case, 50, 60.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just kidding.
So I'm like, hold on. So you mean to tell me you're selling pieces of paper for $5, $10, $15, $20,000? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. Now it's sounding more attractive because this is my second time hearing it. So I still don't think nothing of it. I'm looking at it now. I'm doing a little bit of research, but I'm still not thinking nothing of it. So time goes on. I'm building the business. January comes. January 2020 comes. Okay? I'm on Facebook one day, just like I'm on Facebook now. I'm on Facebook one day. And you know how you just on Facebook, scrolling, looking at what everybody's doing, looking at stories. And I see this guy here, Shevy. I see this guy, Shevy. This guy here. He's doing these Facebook lives, right? He's doing these Facebook lives to where he's walking in houses. He's doing these walkthroughs. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? And I will watch him week after week after week doing these walkthrough videos. And I finally reached out to him. I said, hey, man, what you got going on? It seems like you're doing something dealing with real estate. Let's connect. So, boom, we get on the phone. We start talking. We start breaking down each other's resumes because at this time, we ain't talked in 3 years, correct? Yeah. So me and Shevy, at this time, we ain't talked in 3 years. So I'm talking to him. And I said, he asked me, what are you doing right now? I said, I'm doing Airbnb. You know, I tried to run down my stats of how much money I was making. So I said, yeah, man, in 2019, you know, I did about 300,000 for the year. I said, what are you doing? He was like, I'm doing wholesaling. I was like, wholesaling? He was like, yeah. He said, I made about $20,000 this month. And I said, 20,000 what? And he said $20,000. And I was like, why do I keep hearing about this thing called wholesaling?
Hey.
And guys, this is people listening, this is what I learned. Okay. If you don't hear anything, hear this phrase here. If you hear about something once, it may be a fluke. If you hear about something twice, you may want to pay attention. But if you hear about something the third time, it may be too late. And here I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man, this is my third time hearing about this business. I hope it's not too late. I said, Shevy, what do I got to do? He said, do this. Guys, I'll never forget, that was a Saturday. That Sunday, that next day on Sunday, I got in my car and I started driving around, writing addresses down on a notepad. I started writing addresses down on a notepad of addresses all in the neighborhood because this guy just told me he made $20,000 for the month. I wasn't making $20,000. My expenses were so high. Out of that $300,000 that I made in 2019, I probably kept less than 50 because my expenses were so high. So I'm like, this dude just made $20,000 for the month. So whatever you tell me to do, I'm doing. So I go out, I start driving for dollars. I start getting addresses. And that's how I got into wholesaling real estate. That's how I got into it.
Good stuff. That's solid. And fast forward, how long did it take for you to get your first deal?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repeat the questions because I don't think people on Facebook can actually hear the questions. Guys, can you hear Chevy on Facebook?
I don't think they can.
It's on his Facebook.
It's on your Facebook, bro.
Oh, it's on what?
Yeah, so it's on your Facebook. So you could repeat the question that I asked you.
Okay, I'm gonna just repeat the questions that you asked me. Okay, so what was the question again?
How long did it take for you to get your first deal?
So the question was, okay, so Jeff, you said y'all can hear Chevy?
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So y'all can, so Instagram, of course they can hear him because he's right there.
Yeah.
Okay, we can hear him. Okay, great. All right, so the question was, how long did it take me to get my first deal? It took me 9 months to get my first deal. It took me 9 months to get my first deal.
Months. Wow.
9 months to get my first deal. 9 months. And why it took me that long, I don't know. It could be
that's not the question. That's not the question. What kept you going for 9 months of not seeing that check? Because I know for me, bro, I was on all these different Facebook groups. I'm seeing people posting checks. And the moment that I shut all of that off was when I finally started seeing traction. So like 9 months of no deals. You hear people talking about all these checks. Hell, you was talking to me all the time. You know, I was talking smack.
Got it. All right. So the question is, why did I keep going for 9 months?
Yes.
Making no money.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real simple. Okay. Yesterday, Chevy, I called you and I think we were talking on the phone and I said, Chevy, should I give them the generic answer that they want to hear,
or the raw?
Or should I give you the truth?
The truth.
The raw.
The raw.
I said, okay, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Most people, you hear the term, most people can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. But somebody told me the truth years ago. Somebody told me the truth years ago. I don't know who's watching this. I don't know who's out there that he's near this, but I'm gonna give you what was given to me years ago. Okay. So what I want to do is you ask me simply, what kept you going? What kept me going for 9 months, making no money? While your Airbnb
business is
while in a pandemic making no money.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real simple. Okay. What most people don't understand about success, making money, achieving your goals, achieving your dreams, or any of that stuff, it has nothing to do. It's a very small percentage has anything to do about the business that you're working. It's a very small percentage of the business that you're working. Okay? Majority of the results that you're going to create is going to be right in here. So me, I just utilize the things that I learned from my mentors, coaches, and books. Okay? I got this whiteboard here. I'm going to write some things down. I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about what impacts belief. What kept me going for 9 months, making no money in the middle of a pandemic? It was my believing that got me. You so funny. It was my believing that got me there. Okay.
I'm ready. Get the whiteboard out. I'm ready. What's up?
So I'm gonna give you guys. Look, you gotta understand, guys. For anybody who want to get to the next level in anything, you gotta get the truth. You gotta get the truth. And for a lot of us grew up lower middle class, poor middle class, but a lot of us, we didn't grow up with high achieving parents or high achieving relatives. So a lot of stuff like that, as far as achieving big things, is usually on TV, social media, or something that's far away.
In books.
It's not in books, but it's not really ingrained in us.
Yes, sir.
So what kept me going? It's a series of 4 things that kept me going. Okay.
You ready?
A series of 4 things.
Hold on, let me give you the 4. All right, you good. Go ahead.
Let me know if you see this.
We see it.
All right. What impacts belief? Understand this, y'all. You're not going to do anything that you don't believe you can do. Period.
Hey, before you jump into what was this called again, bro?
You said what?
What was this again? When you get the whiteboard, is it just an impact? You're just going to impact us?
Impact.
Yeah, you're going to do an impact. Okay. All right, I'm ready. I got my notebook. I'm standing.
All right.
Let me stand up.
What would you standing up for? You silly. All right.
I'm in atmosphere, baby. I'm in atmosphere. I'm ready.
All right. So understand this. I'm gonna go all the way back. I'm just gonna tell my story, okay?
Get it.
All right. In 2012, right? I started in a business. I started in a business to where I was selling a product, okay? And at that time, I was living in a city called Riverdale, Georgia. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment on Highway 85 in Riverdale, Georgia. I was driving a Ford Fusion. I was making no money. I had just got let go from my job because I was the last person hired.
First person.
And because when the company started cutting back, I was the first one to go. So here I am. I'm in this position. I got no money, no job, no nothing. And I went, guys, I'll never forget. This is spring 2012. Spring 2012. I'm on unemployment. Now, here I am. I'm a college graduate. I just got my degree a year before that. But here I am. I got this degree that I worked 7 years for. It took me 7 years to get my degree. I had to transfer to 3 different colleges. I started out at a school called Macon State. I went to Macon State for 2 years. I went from there and I went to a school called Gordon College. I went to Gordon for another 2 years. I never forget them saying, hey, I want to transfer. They was like, okay, well, all your credits are not going to transfer. I said, well, how many credits are going to transfer? They said 0. So now I transfer and I got to do an entire 4 years over. So it took me a total of 7 years to graduate college. So it took me 7 years to graduate college to get out of school a year later to be on unemployment.
System is messed up, bro.
So now it's like, what am I going to do? So I never forget going 3 months with no work. And this is what I did. I was living in that 1-bedroom apartment on Highway 85 in Riverdale, Georgia. And this is what I did. Because I had a computer at that time, but the computer was messed up, I would go to the library of the school that I graduated from. I wasn't a student anymore. I didn't have the card anymore, but I was still sneaking the library to get on the school computer to apply for jobs. So here I am for 3 months applying for work. And I cannot, to save my life, I cannot find a job. The only people that gave me a shot was a company that was doing commission sales. That was the only company. And at this time, I'm burnt out. I'm going on so many interviews and not getting hired. And I never forget, I got the call to go on that interview. And I was just like, man, I don't even know if I want to do this. It's so far. It's all the way up in Cobb County. If anybody knows anything about Georgia, Cobb County to Riverdale, Georgia is a good little drive. So I'm thinking, I'm like, man, do I want to make that drive every day? And I never forget on the day of the interview, I'm sitting in my bed and the interview is in an hour. And I'm not going to go. I'm like, I'm not going to go on the interview. And something told me, some little voice told me, Alex, go on the interview. That, Chevy, I believe that voice saved my life.
That's powerful, bro.
That voice changed my life forever, bro. Because I don't know where I would be today if I would have got hired by the other company. I never forget. I went on the job for that commission sales job, selling DirecTV. And I had another interview that I went to work for Penske. You know Penske trucks, like the U-Haul, the Penske company? So I never forget, I went to the interview at Penske. I had my suit on. I was sharp. I had a haircut. I showed up early. And I went to that interview, man. And I gave that interview my all. I gave that interview my all, bro, because I needed to get hired. And here I am, I'm waiting on Penske to call me back to see if I can get the job, but I didn't get a call from them. But the only one that's calling me is this company that's talking about selling DirecTV, but it's a commission-based job. So I'm laying in the bed and I said, man, this little voice said, Alex, go anyway. If it doesn't work, at least you took a look at it. So I got up, I called the secretary. I said, hey, look, I'm sorry. I'm in traffic. I'm on my way. I'm in my bedroom, by the way. I'm at home. I'm at home in the bed. I said, I'm on the way. You know how people be like, they're on the way?
Oh, yeah.
And they still in the shower? That was me. That was me. I said, I'm on the way. I'm sorry I'm late. Let me just give me a shot. Just let me still come to the interview. And she said, no problem. Come on, we'll take you. So I go up there. I go on the interview, and I walk into this nice office, and I sit down with these two sharp guys, and they started talking about, just asking me basic questions. What did you get your degree in? This and that. And they just started talking about the business. And I really have no idea what they're talking about. But I'm unemployed. I need money. So everything that they were saying was, yeah, that sounds great. Yep, that sounds terrific. I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds good to me. Absolutely. So I leave that interview. I go back. I get a call that same day to come back for a second round interview. Okay? So I go there. I go on the second round interview. I sit down with this guy. We talk about the business a little bit. We go on the field, and I see this guy make a sale within the first 20 minutes. So I see this guy make a sale, and I see him signing up this customer, and the customer walks off, and I say, man, wow. I said, man, that was pretty cool. He's like, yeah, man, I just made $115. I said, $115? So you just made $115 in 15 minutes. He was like, yeah. I said, what I got to do? He said, go back to the office and fill out a third round interview form. I said, great. I'll see you later. I got back in my car. I was in Alpharetta when I was at this meeting. I drove back to Cobb County. I filled out that form, and I filled out that form for the third round interview. I got the call back the next day saying that I got hired. So now I'm hired. I'm working this job. I'm learning how to do this business. And one of the things that was going around in that office is people were praised for making $1,000 a week. So that was the big thing in that business, $1,000 a week. Now, back in 2012, guys, $1,000 a week was almost like $100,000 a week. when you're broke.
Yeah.
It was so much money at that time. I couldn't even think about making $1,000 a week. That was so big. So the first thing that I learned about impacting belief is environment.
Environment.
My environment changed because my environment prior to that, nobody was talking about making more money. That's why I never made more money. Your environment is everything. That is everything. So I get in that business, and here I am. I'm working. I got this dream of getting to $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week. That's my goal. $1,000 a week. And I'm working this business, and I finally get to $1,000 a week. I finally get there. But before that, I had no money. Nothing. I used to go, it's crazy. I used to go to the gas station, right? And I knew that all I had on my car was about $10. Have you ever been at the gas pump and you got your hand on the pump and you're watching the gas pump? You want to make sure it does not go above that $10. Here I am, I'm pumping. I'm holding the pump, making sure it doesn't go above the $10 because that's all I got to get to my job. I'm living in Riverdale. It's in Cobb County. So I'm making sure it doesn't go over, because if it goes over, what's going to happen to my car? What's going to happen?
Get a fee?
Overdraft.
Overdraft. Yeah, overdraft. Yeah.
Overdraft fee. Yeah. So guys, what does all this have to do with real estate and all this? I'm going to bring it home, because a lot of people, you want to know, like, okay, great, Alex, how did you make $300,000 a month in the past 6 months? You know, how are you making $100,000 a month and doing this in 6 months? I'm telling you how I got there. It has nothing to do with real estate. It has nothing to do with that. There's people in real estate right now making hundreds of millions and people making zero. What's the difference? The difference is them. That's the difference. So as I'm working this business, I get up to $1,000 a week. And now what's happening, Chevy, is I'm expanding my mind on as far as how much money I can make. I'm expanding my mind on how much money I can make now. So now as I'm going forward, I'm working the business, and my environment, I'm now around different people who are earning more, who are doing more. And all this does is this is rubbing off on me. This is why you got to be careful who you hang around. Now all this is rubbing off on me. All this is rubbing off on me. And now I'm getting contagious. You know how C19 is contagious? Being broke is contagious too. That's contagious too. And most people have been infected all their lives. So here I am. I'm in this environment. I'm working with people. I'm building my belief. I'm believing I can do more. I'm building, and I continue to go up. And the fast forward, I'm in this business for about 5 years. And I still haven't got to the level that I want to get to as far as making money. Okay. I still haven't been able to increase my overall mindset and belief of what I think I can do. So I never forget, guys, 2014, I'm sitting in my car in Edison, New Jersey, because
in New Jersey?
Yeah, because I left Atlanta. I moved to Birmingham. I left Birmingham. I moved to Macon, Georgia. Remember, I'm doing all this moving for opportunities because I'm chasing something. I got this dream, so I'm chasing something. I moved from Macon, Georgia. Then I moved to Edison, New Jersey. I moved from Edison, New Jersey. Then I moved to Long Island, New York. All because I want to do more. I want to make more. And I'll never forget, I was sitting in my car in Edison, New Jersey, and here I am. I'm about to shut my business down again. I'm about to shut it down again. This is my second time already of having this. This is my second time already having to start over. And October 2014, I'm sitting in my car. I'm 29 years old, and I'm pissed off because, man, I was like, how did I get to 30 years old, broke, no money? I'm living in a state to where I ain't got no friends, no family, no nothing. Like, how did I get to this point? How did I get to this point? So what I started doing is, you got to be careful about the questions that you ask, because if you ask, you shall receive the answer. So I got the answer. I found what I was looking for. My question was, how can I change my results to make more money, to do more, to earn more, to be more? How can I do that? And I found the answer. I understood and I realized that the reason why I was where I was, the reason why I was making what I was making, the reason why I kept failing in business and moving from city to city to state to state, the reason why I could not get my income up to a certain level was because of my belief level of what I can do. It was all based on what I believe. I didn't believe I can really do it. So when I understood that, I had to change my thinking, my mindset, what I believe I can do. Guys, I went to work. I got psychotic. I never forget, in 2014, I was living in Jersey and I had to move to New York. I moved to New York to start an office. And what I did was, at that time, my credit was bad. So I couldn't, if anybody know anything about New York and upstate, the rents up there are almost double than what they are in the South. So here I am, I got no money, and I'm in New York trying to find a place to stay, but the rents for a little small apartment in New York is like $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month. And in New York, if you know anything about New York, they have their house, but then they have their basement that they rent out. So here I am, I'm applying for a place after applying, I'm applying. I'm in a hotel for 6 weeks. And I went, and I'm going on appointment after appointment, trying to find an apartment, and everybody's denying me. I got no credit. I really have a little bit of money. And the only people that gave me a shot was this Trinidadian family that was living in Amityville, New York. And I told the guy, I said, look, man, I've been trying to look for a place to stay. Everywhere is denying me. I'm just going to be up front. I don't have a lot of credit. I came here to start a business, and I really just need to get out of the hotel. He went and talked to his wife, and he said, okay, we'll let you stay here. And it was on December 13th. My birthday is on December 13th.
Crazy.
The guy said, oh, it's your, he said, oh, it's your birthday. Congratulations. What are you doing for your birthday? I said, I found a place to stay. That was my birthday. That was my birthday gift.
Gratitude.
I found a place to stay. So here I am. I'm in this basement. The basement is about 300 square feet. It's about 300 square feet. So I'm in this little small basement by myself, And guys, this is what I did. I learned that you will never perform above what your belief level is. You will never perform what you believe you can do. You will never go above what you believe you can do. So guys, this is what I did. I learned some things from some mentors. I learned some things from some books. I learned some things from some mentors. And what I learned was one of the ways to impact your belief is repetitions of information. Repetitions of information. So I'm gonna write this down. Repetitions of information. So this is what I did, Chevy. This is December 2014. They said, I heard mentors say, you need to start writing down what you want for your life. You need to start writing down your life goals. You need to start writing down every dream, everything that you have for your entire life. And Chevy, this is what I did. I never forget. I was living in that little small apartment. It's about 300 square feet. Everything was cramped together. I'm working my business in New York, and what I would do is from the time that I went to sleep, from the time that I woke up, I would play audios in that apartment all day long. I'm playing Zig Ziglar all day. I'm playing Napoleon Hill all day. I'm playing Your Wish Is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau all day. I'm playing T. Harv Eker, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind all day. From the time I woke up, from the time I went to sleep, the only thing that I was playing was audios. So understand that all I'm getting is information in this brain of, okay, success, money, happiness, all day long, all day, all night, the same thing over and over and over and over. I went to Walmart. I bought a notebook. I posted on my stories yesterday my old notebook of when I used to write my goals down when I was in an apartment. I don't know where I put it. Matter of fact, I got it right here. I'm gonna tell you the story about this notebook. This right here, I like to call this my Bible. For you religious people, don't get upset. But for me, this is my Bible. This is my own notebook from years ago. From years ago to where I would sit down after I got back from work and I'll write my goals out all day long. This is what I did, y'all. I don't want to rip it up, but I'll show you here. And I wonder if you can see the dates. Can you see the dates? What did that date say?
No, okay. 1/16.
It says 1/27, 2015.
Oh, 15. Okay.
It's 2015. It's 2015.
So January 2015.
January 2015, I will write my goals out.
So 45 days after your birthday, after finding the place.
And here's the thing. I would sit in that little small apartment, and all I would do was I would write out goals every day.
Hey.
I would just start writing them. I didn't care about how much money I had. I didn't care about what bills I couldn't pay. I would just write every day. Every day. I'm in this little small apartment. I'm in Melville, New York, selling DirecTV. I'm doing one sale every 2 weeks. I'm behind on everything. And this is when most people mess up. When you're down and you're doing bad, most people wallow in the misery. They wallow in the problems that they got, opposed thinking about what they could have. So me, I learned from mentors is you want to write your goals down. You want to write them down. You want to be clear. You want to be precise. So here I am. I'm writing goals down every single day. I'm writing them down every single day. Here it is. Dreams. February 1st, 2015. I earned $80,000 a month by January 17, 2019. This was in 2015. The next one. I am perfect. I am a perfect example of honesty and integrity. I retired my mom and dad. I've helped 10 people become millionaires. I'm a millionaire before the age of 35. I spent my life showing thousands of people how to reach their goals and dreams. I travel the world seeing new places. I focus on helping people every day. I drove every exotic car of my choice. I earned $250,000 per month by January 17, 2025. And bro, I just kept writing.
Damn.
I just kept writing, bro. I just kept writing. February 2nd, 2015. 5 things I'm grateful for. Remember, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm living in a basement. I'm doing one sale every 2 weeks. I don't got no money. I ain't got nothing. But I'm going home and talk about what I'm grateful for. Most people watching this, you go home and complain about what you got when you got more than most people. So here I am. I'm writing my goals out. I am happy and grateful. I am happy and grateful that I found them. At that time, I wasn't making money in that business. So a friend came to me about an opportunity. And I was like, man, I'm grateful for this. Thank you for bringing it to me. Thank you. I'm going to take a look at this. We're going to do this thing. I wrote down what I was grateful for. I'm grateful I found network marketing. I'm grateful that I still have my mom, dad, and my siblings. I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful to be in good health. I am grateful to be able to help people. And bro, I would just write, and I would just write, and I would just write. And I remember, because I just kept doing this every day, and I just kept listening to audios every day, what happened, Chevy, is things started to change. What happened is things started to change. When I moved into that apartment in December, I had no money. By March, when I moved out of the apartment, I had $17,000 in my bank account.
Let's go. Manifest that thing.
That ain't no coincidence, bro.
Right.
So here I am. I'm in this apartment. I'm gonna figure out how to make a little money, and I now moved back to Birmingham, Alabama, because I'm going to start again. The business in New York failed. Now I got to start again. I got to do it over. This is my 5th time.
Damn.
But remember, I've been doing this business for so long, I don't know how to do nothing else. It's like being in a relationship where you keep arguing, you keep having problems, but you go right back to the person. You know why? Because that's what you're used to. That was me. So I go back to the business, I start again, and I'm building the business, and I'm getting better, and I'm still doing these things. I'm still writing my goals out. I'm still listening to audios. I'm still doing the things that I learned. And what I learned was you got to think more of what's possible for yourself. So what I did was, as I'm going through that business, I go to the next thing. I go to the next spot. And I'm gonna tell you guys a story about this book here. What you're not gonna understand is, whatever you want wants you. And I never forget, I left Birmingham and I now move to Mobile, Alabama. I go there, I'm building a business, and that one fails. But here's the thing, every time I failed, every time I went back, it was like a trampoline. I would bounce back even higher. And I never forget, guys, I'm gonna tell you this story and I'm gonna move on. I never forget, I moved back to Atlanta, Georgia after leaving Mobile in 2016. And I never forget, I went to Dallas, Texas for a meeting. You know those meetings that we used to go to, right?
Was it keys?
It was keys. I went to a meeting, and I never forget, I would keep this notebook with me. Bro, this notebook, it went with me everywhere. It was my heart and soul. This was my woman for years. And I never forget, I'm at a meeting in Dallas. I'm taking notes and whatnot, and I'm listening to the meeting, and they let the meeting out, and I go off and I go get some food, and I look at my bag, and I realize the notebook is gone. So I go back in the room, and I'm going through all the seats. I go back to the seat I was sitting in, and I don't see the notebook. So what I do is I go to the staff. I said, hey, in Lost and Found, did you see anything? Did you see a red notebook? They was like, no, we haven't seen a notebook. I go to the janitors, the people that are cleaning up the room. I say, hey, have you seen a red notebook? They was like, I'm sorry, I haven't seen a notebook. So I'm panicking. I'm looking for the book. I'm trying to find the book. I'm looking for the book for 45 minutes, Chevy. I'm looking for the book in 45 minutes. And the book was gone. I couldn't find it. Somebody may have took it. Somebody may have thrown it away. I don't know what happened, but the book is gone. But this is what I understood. Because I wrote this stuff down so much, it was ingrained in my brain. And I told myself, I said, you know what? Everything that I wrote down, I can write it down in a new notebook. No problem. I'll just do it all over again. That was the beginning of 2016. So I leave Dallas. I go back to Atlanta. I'm now getting ready to start the business over one more time. I'm going to give it one more try. I go to Macon, Georgia, to where I was running that business. And I never forget, and he may be even watching this live, I never forget. Remember, that was February when I was in Dallas. This is now in August. I never forget, I'm in the office with this guy, and we're going over some paperwork, and we're doing some things. And it's real late at night. We were working late. It was probably maybe, 11, 12 at night. And I said, hey, man, I'm tired. I'm about to get ready to go. He says, all right. He says, man, oh, by the way, man, I found something. Chevy. He pulls a notebook out of his backpack.
That's crazy.
I was like, oh my God. How in the world did this notebook get from Dallas all the way back to little old Macon, Georgia?
That's crazy.
And when I lost the notebook, you ever seen the movie Castaway?
Yeah.
Anybody ever seen the movie Castaway? There's a scene in the movie in Castaway where Tom Hanks, he loses his friend called Wilson. Yep. Wilson was a soccer ball that he would have as a friend while he was on the island because he didn't have anybody to talk to. Well, when I was living in the world, New York, this was Wilson.
I love it, bro.
This was Wilson.
I love it.
So when I almost cried when he took the notebook out of his bag and he handed it to me. And this is what you gotta understand. When I realized this, bro, I learned something that night. That whatever you want, wants you.
I love it.
Whatever you are looking for is looking for you too. Everything that you want, everything that you think you can desire, you can have, it wants you too. And this notebook found its way from Dallas, Texas, all the way back to little old Macon, Georgia in my hand. And man, I never forget that night. I never forget that night, bro. I never forget looking at the notebook. And remember, I've had the notebook at that time for 2-3 years. And I'm looking at the front of the notebook and I'm like, hold on. The notebook says distributed from Griffin, Georgia, 30224. I bought the book in New York. I grew up in Griffin, Georgia, zip code 30224.
Crazy.
on a notebook that I bought in New York. I'm looking at the barcode on the notebook, and I'm like, hold on. It says 229-770. My home phone number when I grew up in Griffin, Georgia was 770-229.
What?
I can't make this up, bro.
That's crazy.
I cannot make this up. That is my home phone number that I grew up in Griffin, Georgia. Remember, I wrote down every goal and dream and desire that I ever wanted in this book. I lost the notebook in another part of the country. It found its way back to me. On the notebook, it says, distributed in Griffin, Georgia. I grew up on a road called Chestnut Hill Road, Griffin, Georgia, 30224. The home phone number was 770-229-2196. It's on the notebook.
Let's go.
I can't make this up, people.
Bro.
You want to learn? I know you probably tuned in because you want to learn how to make a lot of money in real estate. I'm about to tell you how to make a lot of money in real estate. It ain't got nothing to do with real estate, people.
Let's go.
I'm gonna give it to you. So look, I'm working this business. And I learned as I learned the things from my mentors. The next thing that I learned was you got to have life experiences for whatever it is that you want, the amount of money that you want to make, for everything that you got to do, you got to have life experiences. So life experiences. I don't even know how to spell experience. How you spell experience? Experience. Okay.
Hey, you don't got to be a rocket science, man. People know what you're talking about. Go ahead, bro.
So I learned about life experiences. So Chevy, this is what I did. Remember, I'm 30 years old. I'm living in somebody's basement. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I messed up every relationship with a woman that I had up until that point. I had nothing. I had no friends. I had nobody. I was in the apartment by myself. I had nothing. So this is what I started to do. Remember, life experiences. I went and started visiting the things that I wanted and the places that I wanted to live. And man, this is what I did. I never forget. I put this on my story yesterday. I was living in New York. And what I would do is after I would get off work, I would drive to nice neighborhoods and look at the houses. I would look at the condos. What I would do is late at night, I would sneak into the dealerships. I would sneak into the Lamborghini dealership and look at cars. And bro, I never forget. I put this on my story yesterday. This is what I made. I made this years ago. I want everybody to see this. This is me. This is me. I was broke. I never forget. One day I went to the Lamborghini dealership and I put my suit on. My suit at the time, it had iron stains on it because I would iron the suit so much that the suit started to become shiny. And I would put my suit on and I went to the Lamborghini dealership. And I told them, now listen, you just can't walk into a Lamborghini dealership and get a salesperson to start talking about buying the car, right? You can't do that. So I walked to the front of the desk and I told the lady, I said, hey, look, I want to look at your Aventadors. She was like, okay. She gave me this funny look and looked at me. I was like, okay, no problem. So she went and got the guy, the salesperson in the back. He came out. He says, hey, man, what do you do? I said, I do sales. He says, how much money are you making a year? I said, I'm making about $600,000 a year. Guys, I wasn't making $6,000 a year. I said, I'm making about $6,000 a year. I said, I want to look at your Lamborghinis. He said, great. He came in
And I had a good friend of mine. Her name is Sade. I'm still good friends with her. She was with me that day, and we went in, and I'm talking to the guy, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm thinking about buying the black one, and yeah, I'm just kind of not sure of which one I'm gonna buy. So yeah, let me walk around and take a look at the ones that I want." And I had her take this picture of me right here, of me standing by a Lamborghini. Guys, I was broke. I had no money, no nothing. She took this picture of me standing by this Lamborghini. And what I did, guys, is my mentors told me, you need to be able to, whatever you want to be able to see it clear as day. So guys, I never forget, 2015, I went to Walmart and I bought this poster board here. It was like $2. And what I did was, my own mentor said, you want to be able to see everything that you want to accomplish in life. You want to be able to see it all. It's clear as day. So this is what I did. I that night, the date is right here. If you can see it. It is Friday, October 23rd, 2015, 7:27 a.m. I was up for 8 hours making this. I was broke. I wrote down everything that I ever wanted. I told myself, man, I got an assortment of watches. I got every watch that you can never think of. I said, man, I got the best suits. I got the best suits that money can buy. I got all the best shoes that money can buy. I pay everything with a black card. I drive the best Bentleys. I drive the best Lamborghini. I retired my mom and dad. I retired my mom. She's retired. I live in an all red penthouse. I live in an all white multi-level mansion. And I wrote this out.
I love it. I love it.
This is 2000. You want to know, I'm giving you this. I'm giving you the secrets. If you want to know how I got into a business after 6 months and go from zero to netting over $100,000 per month, and it continues to go up, it ain't about how you do real estate. It ain't about how you make offers. It ain't about, okay, finding the right property. All that stuff will happen when this is right.
Yes, sir.
So I wrote down all my goals and dreams, everything that I ever could wanted. I had it all clear as day. And guys, this is what started happening. This is what started happening. Remember, I'm putting the information in. I'm in that business now, okay? It's 2016. It's 2016, and I'm back in Atlanta, and I'm trying to learn the business. And I'm continuously, trying to figure out how to get to the next level that I want to be in. So I now move from Atlanta to Macon. I leave from Macon to Nashville, Tennessee. I started that Airbnb business that I was doing. Guess what happened? Boom. COVID-19 happens. The business goes down. I lose everything. All my properties, my bills are here, but instead of my income being here, it goes down to here. So now I still got bills here, but it goes down to here. So now I got to figure all this out again. Now I'm back all the way down. I'm back all the way down. So what do most people do during COVID-19? What do they do? They talk about their problems. They focused on what was going wrong. What did I do? I went right back to environment and repetitious information. Instead of looking at the news, it's crazy. I didn't watch the news for the entire 2020. I didn't watch no news. What did I do when I was in my apartment? When that business went down, and my bills were here, I had to figure out a way to get out of the situation. So here I am, I'm doing wholesaling now because I'm learning this business. I'm trying to do it. I'm not making any money. I'm not doing any deals. I'm trying to figure it out. And I went right back to what I learned. So what did I start doing? Instead of thinking about the pandemic, the things that's going on, me not having money, I can't call my dad, I can't call my mom, I can't call any of those people. I went back and I started filling this brain with positive information. So I went back to start reading. I started reading books. I never forget, I went back, I started reading this book here, Think and Grow Rich. Opposers watching the news, opposers thinking about what's going on around the world. What I started doing is, bro, I started studying. I studied the book. I studied, and I was studying, and bro, I was studying. I would read. I would take notes. There's a pandemic going on outside. It doesn't mean there has to be a pandemic in my brain. So here I am. I'm writing down. I'm reading this information. I'm studying. I said, because I'm not going to let what's going on outside the pandemic, I'm not going to let this affect what's going on with me. So, bro, I tattooed the book. I'm reading the book. I'm studying the book. And, bro, I ripped here. Do you see the tape?
Yes, yes.
Bro, I ripped the book out of the socket because I was reading it so much. And I had to tape it back together. So I'm reading this information. The pandemic's going on. Remember, I can't think about what's going on in the pandemic. Remember, I'm 9 months not making no money in this wholesaling business, but I can't focus on not making money. So here I am, I'm reading this book. You know what else I did? I focused on my environment. So I didn't have any money. So what I would do, Chevy, is I went to Amazon.com. I learned this from a mentor. I went to Amazon.com and he said, what you want to do is you want to take a stack of fake money and you want to put it all around you. Therefore, you will never feel broke. So I went to Amazon.com and I bought these fake $1 million bills. And what I would do is I would take the money and I would put it in my pocket. And anytime I put my hand in my pocket, I felt this fake money. Now it was fake, but I didn't feel broke though. I didn't feel broke. And I would take this, bro. I'm telling you how to change your life drastically. It is nothing to do with your business. If you think about where you are now, how is it that you got the same 24 hours, you live on planet Earth just like some people making $1 billion a year, and some people making $10,000 a year. It has everything to do with your belief level of what you believe you can do. So here I am, I'm surrounded by money. I'm surrounded and floated by money. It's fake money, but I'm surrounded by it. But remember, I went down, but I knew how to come back up. Well, how did I come back up? I went back to what impacts my belief, which is my environment, repetitions of information, life experiences. And then I had to get, the last thing was I had to get around credible people. When I learned this, I never forget, bro. When I learned this, I remember disappearing for 5 years. From 2013 all the way up, 2012 to 2017, I disappeared. I didn't come around to friends, family. I didn't go to events. I didn't go to anything. I never forget last year when the pandemic was going on. All people were talking about was negative, bad, negative. Bro, I never forget. I took my phone. I'm not telling anybody to do this. I took my phone and I deleted everybody. I deleted my mom. I deleted my dad. I deleted everybody who wasn't making more money than me. If you weren't making more money than me, delete. because I didn't want anything. Remember, I'm down. I'm bad. I got no money. I'm broke. I lost everything from the pandemic. You can't travel. Airbnb is based on travel. Nobody's traveling. Therefore, I ain't got no money. So, credible people. I needed to get around credible people. So what I did was I got around people who can help me get what I want. I got a coach. He told me, he said, hey, if you make this business work, you got to go over the basics of follow up, this, that. And I learned these things and I was doing it, but I wasn't making any money. So for 9 months, I'm making no money in this business until I did this one thing. And guys, this is one of the biggest secrets. It's not even a secret, but people don't do it. Here it is. It's September. I'm behind on all of my rents. At this time, I got about 3 or 4 properties. I haven't paid rent since April. I'm on the verge of getting kicked out. American Express is calling me every day. Capital One is calling me every day. Discover is calling me every day. I maxed out all my credit cards because remember, I'm trying to get money from marketing for this business. Everything's maxed out. I'm getting calls. Everything is going bad. I got no money. People can't travel. You're stuck at home. I couldn't go nowhere. And man, this is what I started doing. I went right back to what I learned when I was in that apartment. Everything that I learned in this book when I was broke back in 2015, I went right back to what I knew. I started all over again. I started writing my goals out every day. Every day. May 2nd, 2020. My perfect day. Today I got to inspire 1,000 eager entrepreneurs on what it takes to create your dream life. Every day. Today I took me and my team a private jet to Ibiza. Remember, I wasn't going to let my current situation dictate on what was going on in here. So here I'm writing out my goals, bro. Every day. I'm listening to audios every day. I'm looking at magazines of trips. I never forget. I set my goals. I set a goal. It says this is January 22nd, 2020. I earned $25,000 a month in 3 months. Did it happen? Didn't happen. I earned $50,000 a month in 6 months. Did it happen? Didn't happen. I earned $75,000 a month in 1 year. Did it happen? Didn't happen. I earned $100,000 per month in a year and a half. Did it happen? Didn't happen. At this point in September, I was making no money. And then when I did this last thing, this was kind of like the piece of the puzzle, it skyrocketed. Opposed to complaining about the pandemic, me not having money, I went back to being grateful. I said, you know what? It's really not that bad. Yeah, I know I'm behind on all my credit cards. I know I ain't got no money. But man, I actually got a place to stay. At that time, I was eating tuna and rice because I had a Sam's membership and I would get the bulk tuna. And in the summertime, the ants were really bad in this area and I would have an ant problem. And the ants will always just keep coming in and eating and for little crumbs and stuff that I dropped. They kept eating my food. And I was just getting mad because I'm spraying the ants and all this stuff. And I never forget one day I said, you know what? You guys can have some. No problem, man. I would leave little pieces of tuna out for the ants because they were eating my food up. And I said, man, you know what? I'm so grateful. I got my mom. I got my dad. I got my arms, my legs. I got a rental car. At the time, I had gotten a wreck. I had a rental car that I was renting. And man, I just started being grateful. And bro, this is what happened. As I'm working the business, I started to run into people that was aligned with everything that I wrote down for that goal. I never forget when I was working the business, I would cold call from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. all day. All day. I would call 1,500 to 2,000 people every single day. Most people be like, oh, you can't call that late. Listen here. Until you dead sleep, I'm going to call you. And I never forget, I called this lady. It's 8:45 at night. It's 8:45 at night, and I call this lady, and she's in the bed because I can hear her. And I go through my little script, my little spiel. Hey, man, I'm sorry to bother. I know it's late, but I'm calling about a house that you may own on blah, 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 Main Street. And she was like, you know, it's funny. I was thinking about selling this week. And I said, well, ma'am, you spoke me up. And she started laughing. She's like, you know what? I'm thinking about selling this house. You know, give me a call tomorrow. Great. I gave her a call that next day. I set up an appointment with her. We go on the appointment. I get the house under contract. Now I'm trying to move the house, and we run into problems. The house that she had, the mortgage payoff, the loan company, they weren't giving they weren't giving us the information that we needed for the payoff. They weren't giving the information. So here it is. We got this date to close, and they're pushing it out. I haven't got the payoff. Anybody know anything about wholesaling, watch real estate? I couldn't get the payoff to close on October 1st. On October 1st, all my landlords, they told me, hey, look, if you can't pay by October 1st, we got to kick you out. We got to get you out of your apartments. So I got a deadline to close this deal by October 1st. So we're pushing to close this deal. The creditors, they haven't sent their payoff yet. It's September 28th. It's September 29th. They still haven't sent the payoff. The seller, she's calling me now crying, trying to back out. I don't want to sell the house. I don't want to do anything. I said, please don't do anything. Just hold off. We got it. Just wait. Just hold on. Don't do anything. September 30th comes. They still didn't send it. On the very last day, I think 3 p.m., I get a call from the title company. He says, Alex, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? He said, they just sent the payoff. At the very last minute, they sent the payoff. They sent the payoff. I met with the seller the next day. We signed the paperwork. That same day, I had to pay my rent to the renter, to my landlords. I got a wire in for $21,000. I took that money and I sent them their money so fast. I paid it. I sent them their money. Now I got this check for $21,000. I got this check. And what's happening is all the stuff that I was using, it's working. Okay, now it's working. So my environment was surrounded to where I had my goals. I had money on the floor, fake money on the floor. I had all these things. I had repetitions of information. I'm reading books. I'm reading all this stuff. I'm getting this stuff ingrained. I got life experiences. I'm going to the dealership late at night. I don't know if anybody's seen my stories, but I go to the dealerships on Sundays and I sit in Rolls Royces. I got credible people around me. I got mentors, people like Chevy. I got my coach that I had. And all the mix of this stuff, what happened was all those things that I wrote down, it was as if the dates that I put on there were right on time.
Hey, right on time.
The next month, the end of that month, October 26th, I closed my next deal, $26,000. November 3rd, I closed my next deal, $47,000. The money is coming so fast, I can't believe it. My bank account is jumping. Boom, 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 each week. Remember, I wrote all this stuff down years ago. I said by 2020, I'm going to be earning $84,000 a month. I missed that, but it came right on time.
Right on time.
Right on time. So next deal, 30,000. Next deal, 15. Next deal, 20. Next deal, 30, 40, 50, 30, 20, 20, 30, 50, 40, 30, 20. It just kept going, and it's kept going, and it's kept going, and it just kept going, and it just kept going, and it just kept going.
Let's go.
So you want to know, okay, well, why did I keep going for 9 months when I wasn't making any money?
It's kind of like digging for gold, ain't it?
Why did I keep going after all these years, after failing from business to business, trying this, trying that? Why did I keep going despite all that? Was because I understood this.
Let's go.
I understood this. For a lot of you watching, the reason where you are is because of this here. Most of you, your environment, you hang around people who aren't trying to get what you got. The people you hang around, if you all got the same thing, you're going to all continue to have the same thing. That's why I changed. That's why I disappeared for 5 years. This is why I deleted everybody out of my phone. I only wanted to be associated with people that had what I had, period. Next thing, repetitions of information. I would say affirmations. I would read books. I would write down stuff, and I would say it over and over and over and over and over and over. I would say things like, dramatic wealth is a virtue. I'm open and receptive to any ideas of people that will help me achieve my goal of dramatic wealth. I earn over $1 million a month, and I love sharing with those in need. Through perseverance, I'm creating the financial thyself so rich to deserve. I'm so happy and grateful creating wealth quickly is feasible for me. I'm so happy and grateful I retire my mom and dad. Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm the creator of my own abundance. Money flows to me easily and everything with continuous basis. And guess what?
Let's go, bro.
Everything I touch turns to gold.
Let's go.
Money flows to me easily and effortlessly on a continuous basis.
Let's go.
I'm the creator of my own abundance. I'm so happy and grateful I retired my mom and dad. I tell my mom all the time, if you need anything, call me. She doesn't ask for nothing. But if she ever does ask for something, guess what? I got it.
Yes, sir.
Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm the creator of my own abundance. That stuff I was saying in that little apartment, when my mentor said, hey, this is why are you broke? This is what you got. This is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. The next thing, repetitions of information. A lot of you, what's going in your brain every day? It's music. It's Drake, Migos, this, that, the news, oppose dreams, goals, what you want, helping your family. The things that you want is not going into here. The next thing, life experiences. Are you going to see that car that you want to drive? Are you actually going to see that house that you want? Are you actually going to see the places that you want? I showed another picture of all the places that I want to visit. And it's funny. I have people saying, hey, Alex, I'm going to St. Thomas on this date. Want to come? Sure. Hey, Alex, I'm going to Bali on this date. Want to come? Sure. All the things that I put on that board, they're just coming. They're just coming. So for 9 months that I didn't make any money, I used everything that I've been learning over the years to change my situation. All the things that I've been learning. We're going to talk real estate here in a minute, but if you don't understand that I can give you all the tools here to learn how to do real estate, to learn how to do whatever business, but until you believe that you can do more, you'll never get to the level that you actually want to get to. Remember, for 9 months, I didn't make any money. I didn't make any money for 9 months. But I was crazy enough to write down the goal anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna go back and we're gonna talk real estate. I'm gonna end with this. This was January 22nd, 2020, 9:33 a.m. I earn $100,000 per month in a year and a half. I started in January 2020. I hit $100,000 mark at the year and a half mark. I wrote it down. It's right there. How does a person go from zero? How do you go from zero and what you're doing to whatever you want to do? How do you go from where you are to insane levels or quantum leaps or whatever you want to call it? Well, how do you do that? You act like you're already there right now. That's what I did, bro. I've been doing this for years. So it's like all this stuff that I was just putting in here. Remember, I set the goal for my dream year to be 2020 back in 2015. So from 2015 to 2020, I was going through all these ups and downs and trying to figure it out. And then God, at the very last second of 2020, understand this, I wrote these goals out. 2020 was my year. At the very last second of 2020, he gave me what I wanted. Do you honestly really think I believe that I can earn $84,000 in a month? Are you freaking kidding me? You know how much money that is? Most people don't even make that a year. I couldn't believe I can do it. But they said, write it down anyway.
Let's go.
Right on time.
Right on time.
Right on time, bro.
Hey man, we've been talking real estate. Okay,
So now we can talk real estate because
dude, I don't even think we need to talk real estate, bro.
once you figure this out, bro, that's how you get. That's how you get into something, and you make surges fast, bro. I'm not the best in wholesaling real estate. I took my real estate test and failed the test twice. My credit was bad. I didn't have any money. Well, how does a person go from zero, earning nothing, failing tests, messing up, to hundreds of thousands of dollars in their bank within a few weeks? By believing.
Let's go. We do need to talk real estate. Hey man, look. We don't need to talk no real estate. I think you've been talking real estate the whole time. So we good.
Listen, I can talk about wholesaling. I can explain wholesaling in 5 minutes.
That ain't nothing, bro. I think the biggest thing is understanding what's within and being able to go out there and take action, man. One of the things that happened when I first started in real estate was understanding that there's a difference between knowing the information and actually going out and applying the information. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it, man. So to end it, right? To end it, do you have a YouTube yet?
Man, I don't. I gotta get a YouTube. Get a YouTube.
So you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram. Where else you at?
I gotta get a YouTube.
You gotta get a YouTube. Okay, all right.
I gotta get a YouTube.
Okay. Everybody is loving you, bro. Powerful message.
I gotta get a
Powerful
YouTube.
message. Look at this. We got journeys are incredible. Manifesting what you want out of life. Crazy. Another person said, pursue your happiness. Dude, killing them out there. So what's your next, what's your the back end of 2021 look like for you, man? Like, what's your day-to-day? What are you doing to implement to scale your business right now?
So right now I'm just doing what I've been doing, which is so we're gonna talk real estate a little bit. So one of the things that you can do to find motivated sellers to wholesale is the cold call. So cold call is what I'm doing. So cold call is what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna keep doing cold calling, and man, I'm gonna pay it forward, kind of like what you did with me on how you told me about the business. I'm now helping other people who want to learn this business, because let's be honest, man, there's a lot of people out here that we gotta free. We gotta free a lot of people, bro.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people, and a lot of people, they're trapped within their own mind because they don't understand what they're capable of.
Yeah.
And my goal, man, is to help people unchain what's holding them back. If you want to get more change, you got to get more brain. You got to change this. Change your brain, change your change.
Let's go.
That is the key. That is the key. So I'm helping people now. I'm not trying to become a coach. I'm not trying to become a guru.
We're gurus, man. We're not gurus. We're gurus.
Yeah. So I am teaching people how to take this thing called wholesaling real estate with no money, no credit, no nothing, and being able to build a good 6-figure business, and even 7-figure business. And we're just going to create a wave of people making money. I want to help as many people make as much money as possible, whether it's in wholesaling real estate, whether it's in Airbnb, whatever it's in. That's what we're going to focus on in helping people get their financial problem out the way.
Let's go. Let's go all day, man. So if someone would want to reach out to you, how can they reach you?
They can reach me at my Instagram is Alex M. Inman. And then my Facebook is just Alex Inman. I think it's Alex Inman or Alex M. Inman. Yeah, that's how you reach me.
Well, there you have it, guys. Look, whenever you're on, bro, it's so impactful, so powerful. Like, that's the message. That's how you deliver the information. It's incredible. Like you said, man, wholesaling is simple. It's easy. There's tons of information on YouTube. If you guys want to learn more about wholesaling, I do have the YouTube. That's the Real Chevy, like the name at the bottom, man. Go check it out. Tons of information. The information that I gave you, was that helpful for you? Was it a part of you being able to go out and do what you need to do to be successful?
Absolutely, man.
And it's free information. Free information, man, all day. We're getting ready to kickstart the clubhouse, right? So we're gonna kick off the clubhouse as well. So that's gonna be fun. And as you can see, we both have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, so we gotta look here. If you watching this, or if you ever watch this, we're looking to create a movement.
Yes, sir.
We're looking to take individuals who want to change whatever financial situation that you have, it doesn't matter. We're looking at people who want to win. I was talking to a good friend last night, and I was telling him, I gave them this example of, imagine if you went to the Super Bowl, right? And you just won the Super Bowl, you're excited. I mean, you're just ecstatic. But here's the only catch.
you're the only person on the team.
Yes, sir.
And I asked him, I said, would the Super Bowl even be worth it? He was like, no, it wouldn't be, because it's only worth it when you're doing it with a group of people.
Yes, sir.
So right now, me and Chevy, we're at the Super Bowl, but it's not that exciting because we're not helping enough people make more money. So this is why I'm so active on social media, putting my message out there, putting out there what I'm doing, because we need more winners.
Yes, sir.
We need more people that want to win. Remember, environment, credible people. If you're not in the right environment, if you don't have the right credible people, you're not going to win. You got to get around people, and you got to get around the environment of people who are doing it.
Let's go.
This is why I'm so glad, bro. I'm so grateful to you. I'm so glad that I reached out to you that January, but I'm not surprised because it was by design.
Hey, man, the universe works in mysterious ways.
It was by
Mysterious
design.
ways. Yes, sir. It's law of attraction, right? You attract what you want to become.
Absolutely, man. And I'll say this about law of attraction, whether you believe in it or not, it's working, because wherever you are right now, that's what you attracted.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
So start to attract something different.
Let's go, man. So that's it, Alex. That is it. We're gonna kick off the clubhouse.
Man, did we go more into real estate than we needed to?
No, we didn't. We didn't.
We can. Look,
Dude,
let's talk real estate, bro. Let's talk real estate.
We're going 2 hours in this thing, bro. Come on, man.
Anybody have questions about real estate?
We're going 2 hours in this thing, bro.
I don't even know much about real estate. I'm gonna be honest.
Man.
I don't know that much, man.
You still call me. That is true.
I still call them. I'm like, well, how do I do this? How do I do this?
I love it though, man. So it's not about real estate, bro. It's about desires. It's about what you're willing to go through to get through where you need to go. That's what it's about, man. And I love your story. Your story's so genuine. Like, I didn't know that you fell that many damn times. I thought I was the only one. Because I was in Tennessee, then I went to Jersey, then Shreveport, then Tyler, then back to Shreveport. Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
Here we are.
From Atlanta to Birmingham.
Yeah.
Back to Macon, Georgia, to Jersey, to New York, to Birmingham, to Mobile, to Atlanta, to Macon, to Nashville. All those cities, all around the country, trying to figure it out, trying to make money, trying to get somewhere. And I mean, guys, understand this. You're going to have to pay a big price.
Absolutely. You know the cool thing, though, bro? We was friends when we was broke. We're going to be great friends when we're wealthy, right?
Bro, let's stop the cap. Don't stop the cap. You're already rich. Y'all know you're being humble.
I'm not rich, man. I'm wealthy, bro. Cut it out. I have assets.
You're already rich. I'm rich. I ain't afraid to say it. I'm rich.
Okay,
I've been fighting for that.
Okay, so here's the thing: there's rich and there's wealthy. Okay, when you're wealthy, you have what is called performance assets. So that means you have a lifestyle that's created for you based on performance of these assets. So there's a cash flow. There's passive income coming in. You're rich because you making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Me, sir, I just sleep while I make money.
Hey, bro, I want to make money in my sleep too. I want to go sleep and make some money.
Dude,
I want to go sleep and make some money, bro.
Look, man, we I told you when you're ready. I got you. I got you, bro. I got you, real. But look, this was great, man. This was great information, guys. If you feel like this was great content, please share with someone. Somebody needs it. As far as when it comes to real estate investing, wholesaling, all those things, man, it's simple, easy. What we say wholesaling was, Alex? It's finding a property under distress, right?
So all wholesaling is understand this. If you watch it, you can get started with no money, no credit. No money, no credit. Understand
and you don't
this.
need a realtor license.
I failed the realtor test twice. Twice. I went in, I took the test, I failed it. I said, okay, I can take it again. Let me go back and study. I got this. Took the test again, I got an even lower score. So I said, okay, being a realtor is not for me.
It's a good story, brother. So wholesaling, finding a
I would
property.
still be one if I could. Like, no disrespect. Look, no disrespect to realtors watching this. If you can sneak me the answers during the test, then great. I got a good chance of becoming a realtor. But man, I'm not good at taking tests. I just forget stuff. All I know is I'm just passionate, and I just know how to go to work.
Let's go.
And I know how to make my brain work for me. That's why
you was explaining wholesaling. Go ahead. Explain wholesaling.
So wholesaling is if you ever been in a neighborhood, if you ever drove by a house that maybe has tall grass or boarded up windows, or it just looks like it's in distress, what we do is we target owners of that home and we reach out to them in some form of marketing, whether it's a text message, a cold call, or we send them something in the mail. We make them an offer on that home because that home, it may be worth here. It's worth here, but we can't buy it for this because it's worth this in the condition that it's in. So we make them an offer and we get it under contract on a piece of paper. We get a contract on a piece of paper at a certain price. Then what we do is we take that piece of paper and then we sell it to a fixer flipper in the area. So I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say a house is worth $200,000 in a neighborhood. In that neighborhood, there's a house that needs repairs and needs all this work, and we're gonna offer them $100,000 for the property, and then the property owner agrees. Great, we'll get it under contract. Shevy, you still there alive?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool. We get it under contract, and we take this piece of paper, and then we sell it to a fixer flipper. Now, just to give you a base example, the house is worth $200,000. Let's say the house needs $25,000 in work. Okay, so we're going to pay the seller $100,000. We're going to pay them the flipper. They're going to put $25,000 into it. The realtor fees and all that stuff may be about $15,000, so you're at $140,000. And then you're going to put on top of that your fee, which is $10,000. So now we're at $150,000. And that fixer flipper, they're going to make $50,000 when they sell that house for $200,000. But remember, all you're doing is you're taking this piece of paper and you got it under contract for $100,000, and you're going to sell it to the fix and flipper for $110,000. At the day of closing, they're going to come to closing with $110,000. They're going to wire it to the title company. The title company is going to take that $100,000. They're going to wire it to the seller, and then you're going to get wire, or you're going to get a check for $10,000, all because you connected this seller to the buyer. You're the middleman. That's it.
Interesting concept.
That's how I've been able to get started in real estate.
That really works.
No credit. You said, does it work?
That really works.
Does it work?
Does it work? That's
does it work? Man, look, man, I got $1 million bill right here.
Hey,
yeah, it works.
It works.
I got $1 million bill. No, I'm just playing. Guys, when I say it works, that's an understatement.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a
great
business to be in. Great business to be in. That's it, man. That's what we got. Anything else that you want to say for that guy or girl that still is in disbelief or still thinking that you can't make money, you can't create money, you have to have a job, you have to have a job out here, man? What's your thoughts on that? Let's finish with that.
Here's a question. Do you need a real estate license to be a middleman? No. Remember, I just told you, I failed the test twice. I don't have a real estate license. I just want to be rich.
Do you need money to be in the middleman? No.
I had no money when I got started with this. If you got a desire and you want to make some money and you got hustle and you tired of doing what you're doing now and you want more for your family and you want to drive something better and you just got desire for more, you can do this business.
Let's go. Didn't you just buy a car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
was it the dream car?
No, that's the next car I'm getting is one of them.
Okay. What car is that?
You'll see.
I love surprises. I'm about it. I love surprises. But remember, the question was, what would you say to that guy or girl that's still in disbelief and still think that they need a job to make money?
I'm gonna be honest with that person. If it's a difference between wanting to and having to. Most people, they want to get out of the job. They want to, and I'm gonna repeat the question for everybody if they didn't hear it. He asked is, what do you say to that guy or girl that wants to get out of the job, wants to get out of their situation, they want to start something new, they want to make more money, they just want something better, they want more, but they just don't know how to do it, they don't know how to go about it, they just don't know where to start. And if I kind of give just my experience was, when I go back to 2020 to where I was working the business, I wasn't making any money. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was something that I had to do. And most people, they want to do it, but they don't have to. You have to do it. If you get to the point to where you have to do it, you won't make excuses. You won't care about not having any money. You won't care about who says it won't work. You won't care about not getting started. You won't care about messing up. You won't care about any of those things opposed as getting out of the situation. And I'm gonna end with this. I don't know if you heard this story, Chevy, but have you heard about the frogs at the lake?
Yeah.
No, you haven't, but you probably have. But anyway, I tell this story to people all the time about the frogs at the lake. Anybody know anything about frogs? They're amphibians, meaning that they're cold-blooded. So there was these frogs. They were sitting out in the sun, and one of the frogs says, "Hey, you know what, man? Let's go down to the lake and get in the water and cool down." And it was like, "Okay, great. Well, let's go to the lake." Now, before they can get to the lake, they had to cross a dirt road, and it just had rained. So there's this big hole in mud and ridges in that dirt road. So the frogs, what they gotta do is they now gotta jump over these ridges in the dirt road to get over the road to hop to the lake. So one frog, he jumps over, then another frog, he jumps over, then another frog, he jumps over. And then one of the frogs named Freddie, he jumps over, but he hits the side of the hole and he slides down in the hole. So now Freddie, he's jumping, trying to get out the hole, but he keeps sliding down. He's jumping, he's trying to get out the hole, he keeps sliding down. But there's other frogs. There's another one jumping over, and then another one jumping over, and then another one jumping over. And Freddie, he's getting depressed. So he's jumping, sliding down, jumping, sliding down. And he just tells the guys, "You know what, guys? Just go onto the lake without me. It's too wet, it's too slippery. I can't make it." They're egging him on. "Come on, get out the hole, get out the hole." He says, "Don't worry about me. Just go on and just go back to the lake." So the guys, they leave Freddie, he goes to the lake. About 45 minutes, here comes Freddie jumping at the lake. And everybody's like, "Freddie, what's up, man? What happened? We thought you couldn't get out of the hole. We thought couldn't you get out of the hole? What happened?" And Freddie goes, "Well, a truck was coming. I had to get out of the hole."
Most people, adversity make you stronger.
Of course, most people are afraid. They're in the hole. They want to get out of it. They talk about getting out of it. They do all these things, but they don't really take action until they have to. Until they have to. My thing to you is, don't wait till something bad happens like me, to where you get to the lowest of the lowest, to where you have to get out of your hole. See, I had to. That truck that was coming, that was being kicked out, evicted, no money. So I had to get out of the hole. So for most of you, it's a simple decision. Of going all out, not worrying about it, and focusing on everything that you need to focus on to get out of your situation. And I guarantee you it'll work for you.
My man, that's a great way to end this, man. I appreciate you for coming on the channel.
Yeah, bro.
We're not even going to edit this. We're not even going to edit it. We're just going to throw it out there.
Bro, just throw it out, man. Just throw it out.
We're going to get it to the pro.
Hopefully the audio was clear.
Oh, yeah, audio was good. We're good, man.
Hey, guys, it was my first live, my first Instagram live. I've never done this. I told Chevy, I said, man, he's really good at this stuff. But, man, I mean, he says, my wife showed me how to do this. I said, okay, well, I guess you're what they call low tech, high check.
Yes, sir. I am. All day. That's it. That's it, man. But I appreciate you for coming on, bro. You're definitely awesome, man. Like, I'm honored just to know that I'm a part of the journey that you're building, man. It's gonna be an incredible journey, and we're gonna build this thing together.
Absolutely, bro. Guys, thank you for coming on. Reach out to me if you want to learn how to wholesale real estate. If you want to learn, get with either me at Alex M. Inman on Instagram or Facebook, or The Real Shevy. For the people watching on Facebook, The Real Shevy, reach out to any one of us, man. Get with us. We're going to show you how to win big in 2021. Big time.
Watch when we put this clubhouse together. It's like be crazy, bro.
All day, man.
Let's get it. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Be great.